Welcome to Brain Squeeze Reactions. Myself, Mark Hector. What are we reacting to today? Tupac. Because it's Sunday, and it means that I get to react to Tupac's speeches, interviews, or just general chit-chat, and not a song where he's fucking murdering bars. I get to just listen and just observe and absorb his intelligence and education, and I can't fucking wait. I was excited anyway for this one, but when I said I was going to do the reaction to this Tupac revolutionary speech, Indiana Black Expo 1993, comment section blew up and people got excited, and that made me more excited. Believe it or not, this is me more excited than what I am normally excited, which is crazy. If you're new to the channel, it's nothing but love. Haters get fucked. That's right, I really don't give a fuck. You don't understand. You're on a channel that will literally brutalize you. If you fucking comment section anything, A, I'll post it, B, I'll make you look fucking stupid, and C, I'll find you on Instagram and every other fucking platform that you've got, and I will psychologically break you. There you go. For those of you who know and love the channel, keep the love coming, because we've been doing a lot of posting these last couple of days, and I just love reading the comments. The comment sections that have been coming through, it's just been fucking crazy. Happy Easter, everybody. I posted one today and everyone was showing love for that. And two massive things that took place today. So we had the episode 2 of the Put Your Music Where Your Mouth Is, and that was Blurb, and the song was Example. Fucking banging. Yeah, the recording wasn't great for whatever you're using to record, but the bars, mate, the bars, they were fucking fire. If you haven't had a chance to go and listen to that, the support in the comment section already was amazing. That was posted today. What you'll also see is I've put a special edition up for Put Your Music Where Your Mouth Is, where I have given you an instrumental that I've created through a vinyl Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima, I don't know, Tsushima. Just saying the same thing. So I did it from a vinyl of the soundtrack, and I posted that as a Wu-Tang style to it, and already I'm getting things flurry through. Just to give you a bit of a heads up, there is a monetary value attached to whoever wins this. So what is going to be happening with this Put Your Music Where Your Mouth Is that the beat's there and you can download it. It's available now, and I've tried to push it everywhere, but soon you're going to see something pop up that it's actually going to be the victor gets money. So this is a competition, but equally everyone's going to win, because what I'm going to do is pull all the verses together and create the longest brain squeeze cipher of that track. So however many verses we can get in there as well, every single person will be on there. I'll give it a closing date. I'll give more information about the monetary value we're going to attach to this. Just going to make it a bit better. That's with love from Kinda Shady. But loads more information coming out for that. I'm just sort of teasing it. Get your fucking mics ready. Get your hands ready of writing those fucking lyrics and send them through to my email. The download link is in the description for it. The beat's there for you in all its glory. All I need from yourselves is either the acapella or a good version of the beat with you rapping over the top of it. If you don't have good equipment, put headphones on and record it through whatever system it is that you use, just so I can get the acapella and I can do the rest. So it's fucking exciting, and there's loads of other stuff. On Thursday this week, we've got the live coming up where I'm going to psychologically analyze every single fucking one of you in one live. That's right, it's going to be a live therapy session of epic fucking proportions this Thursday. So look out for the trailer for that. It'll give you more information about what we're going to be doing on this day. No other YouTubers doing this. Just to be clear, there is no other reactor that is reacting like a boss. And by the way, has anyone else noticed that it seems to be a bit of a Tupac trend taking place? Funny enough, within the space of the past week, when we've been doing it for 2 weeks, just saying, stay humble, Hector, but fuck me, it seems to be starting something. Okay, so that's taking place, plus Eminem, plus the other mixed reactions that we're doing, plus I'm analysing songs that you sent to me, plus we're sending out instrumentals, and I'm going to throw in a free therapy session next week for free. For fucking free. It's a fucking busy couple of weeks coming up, but exciting. Comment section if you're excited for everything taking place. I'll get all that information out to you. That's 4 minutes 30. Let's jump into Tupac Revolutionary Speech, Rare Leak, Indiana Black Expo. Fuck me, there's so much going on. Oosa, I'm back in the Tupac zone. I fucking love Tupac. Okay, first off, that's on a VHS, and I fucking love that shit. Old school.
I just want to say that if I curse, forgive me. But we curse. We got an order out here. And ain't no way I'm going to sit up here and let the truth be told and not curse. So they told me to watch my language. Fuck that.
Okay, I love that already. Okay, so the sound isn't all great, but hey, I'll figure it out. It's fine. So what he said there, he said about that he's going to try and watch his cursing. And they told him back there, and he said, fuck that. Just shows you the character. This man is himself. This man is himself, and he needs to be that way. And that is the main thing with Tupac that you've got to fucking love. He literally comes out guns blazing.
I forgive you. Y'all heard curses. It's bad out there. It ain't pretty. So, you know, shit, let's be real. That's number one. My English is bad. I'm a high school dropout. You know, it's going to be real. I'm going to be talking like real shop. But I'm going to be talking from my heart. Ain't nothing written down. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Because I got to feel I'm going to be talking in slang. So, you know, some of y'all might get lost. I'm sorry. But I'm going to just do what I got to do. And then check this out. When I say I'm losing it, I mean I'm losing. I mean that for real. This ain't no free speech. This shit ain't like just to make it sound good. So I get y'all into it. This ain't to make it so, ooh, he felt that. I'm losing it. You feel me? I know y'all can pick up the papers and see that man got problems. And I do, but we all got problems. And mine is by my motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? He did tell y'all about my mama and the Panthers and all that. But let me tell you where I ended up, y'all. Let me tell you where I ended up. My mama was a crack addict. I ended up in Baltimore on welfare with no lights on in high school. So we got to really watch this struggle shit.
Okay, so here we go. So this is gonna fucking blast right off. For those of you new to the channel, I've been learning a lot about culture through Tupac and through the community of explaining it to me and just trying to feed it to me about all the stuff that's going on. Okay, first thing from a presenting point of view, he has fucking nailed it. So what he's done straight away is ensured that you are getting the true self, but he's not apologizing for himself. That's key to do. Some people don't do that, where straight away he says, look at the English isn't going to be great, saying about a dropout in high school. He's saying about the fact he's going to curse. He just knows he's going to do that. So he's not fucking... He's not lying to anybody. This is what you're going to get. And then he said about him just firing shots. He's saying about himself. I can't remember what the word he used where he's going to be.
My mama was a crack addict. I ended up... You know what I'm saying? He did tell y'all about my mama and the Panthers. This ain't to make it so, ooh, he felt that. I'm losing it.
So that's what he's saying. So losing it. So I can remember the term that he used. So he's saying about he's losing it. So that just means there's going to be that's a hell of a pause. It means there's going to be fucking passion. And already he started talking about his mum being the Black Panther and the stuff that he's gone through that. But equally starting it with a bang. He's saying about his mum being a crack addict as well. Whew, I'm not sure I'm ready for this, man. Let's go.
Feel me? I know y'all can pick up the papers and see that man got problems. And I do, but we all got problems. And mine is by my motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? He did tell y'all about my mama and the Panthers and all that. But let me tell you where I ended up, y'all. Let me tell you where I ended up. My mama was a crack addict. I ended up in Baltimore on welfare with no lights on in high school.
So he's saying the media's talking about his mom being a Black Panther, so I misheard what he said. It's not great. The audio is not great. So he's saying the media may be saying things like his mom being a Black Panther, but let me tell you where he ended up. So this is from the music that I've been hearing with being on welfare, no lights, no electricity, his mum being addicted to crack as well, and you can see his whole fucking emotional demeanor changes. This man speaks so much honesty. Okay, as soon as that emotion comes in, you can see it went from a tongue-in-cheek to introduce himself, and then fucking bang, he's coming at it.
My mother was a crack addict. I ended up in Baltimore on welfare
the whole
with no lights
focus,
on in high school. So we got to really watch this struggle shit. If we gonna struggle, we gotta struggle every motherfucking day till this shit is over. Let them know, bro. You know? Fuck that. All that shit that went on in the 60s ain't finna happen in this motherfucker. I'll be dropping some of you motherfuckers who leave some babies behind this year. Trust me when I tell you that shit.
I'll be dropping some of you motherfuckers who leave a baby behind this year.
We gotta struggle every motherfucking day till this shit is over. Let them know, bro. You know? Fuck that. All that shit that went on in the 60s ain't finna happen in this motherfucker. I'll be dropping some of you motherfuckers who leave some babies behind this year.
That's mad. And I believe every fucking word that he's saying. So he's saying that he's going to drop anybody that leaves their babies behind this year. So this means any fucking parents who think that they're not going to raise their kids or anything like that. Fucking hell, I'm 1 minute 46 in. You better strap in as always. Fuck.
Trust me when I tell you that shit. had nobody to sit me down and tell me this. You know what I'm saying? They told me, but I didn't believe it because they let my mama crack. I'm telling y'all the truth, as much as you heard me, cracked out, homeless, no life in Baltimore. And my mother put motherfucking work in. Do you hear me? My mama was a gun packing. What I'm talking about for you, motherfucker. Excuse me. But my mama put in work. You know, to be laying up in the room cracked out, I got disdain for a lot of motherfuckers. You feel me? And that's why I'm telling y'all, I got to be serious. If we gonna struggle, the struggle got to come from our heart. It can't come because we looking to it from a king back then. It got to come because I'm looking at you and you look goddamn good to me and you my sister. And I ain't gonna let none of these crackers take me down. You feel me?
Man, dude, fuck, man. He's giving me goosebumps. I'm not even fucking part of this. So he's saying about, you know, his mum putting work but holding guns and stuff like that, but then being cracked out. And what he's saying now is about he's there to support. So I think he said sister, so there was obviously a lady in the front, but he's saying that he's there to help her. He's there to talk about this. This is some fucking next level Martin Luther, Malcolm X shit going on here. And I mean that with the utmost respect, where he is coming at people. And you can just tell the honesty in everything that he's pulling apart here. And it's been 2 minutes 50. And he's already fired out his background, but also what he's not standing for. He's talking about that he's losing it, but it's the reasons why he's losing it. And now enough is enough. This man was fucking powerful. I said it in the other interviews. There was a reason why they had to stop him. And now this speech is just adding another fucking reason on top of that.
It's like that. It's hard out here. Like they say we got war. And in war, everything is good. It's all good. You feel me? And when I say thug life, I mean that shit. Because these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you think you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever the fuck you think you are. We thugs and niggas to these motherfuckers. You know? And until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starve? You know? And you can walk by 5 different houses ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African American? We out here dying.
Okay, so he's referring to obviously white people, and I totally get what he's saying. From the shit that I've learned, I'm not even arguing or going down that route. It's called education. Shut your fucking faces in the comment section if you got a problem with what he's saying. He's referring to it from a culture perspective, but obviously there's gonna be some venom, because what he's saying is that he doesn't care where you think you might sit in this until you see what the struggle's like day to day for like myself having a privilege and someone who's black not having that. That's what he's referring to. You have to take that one on the fucking chin, because he's speaking truth. The fuck you gonna say? You gonna say you're not privileged now in the comment section? No, you'll say you had a hard life. I get that. I had a hard life. Abuse as a kid, never had a childhood, or a very, very watered down version of one if it wasn't for me, ma. I could go through that sub story. Is it the same as being judged by the colour of your skin? Fuck no. It's not a competition of who got abused the most. He's talking culturally, okay? And you have privilege from being white. If you can't agree with that, get the fuck off my channel, because you need to read more books. Big time.
You feel me? And when I say thug life, I mean that shit. Because these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you think you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever the fuck you think you are. We thugs and niggas to these motherfuckers. You know? And until we own some shit, I'ma call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starve? You know? And you can walk by 5 different houses ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man?
So he's saying about how you're going to be a man if you're starving, if you're walking past 5 of these houses and you don't own one of them. I think that's what he said there. But just going back to what he's saying about how people are talking about them. So he's saying if you're a thug, then you're that word, they insert word there. And he was just saying that that's how people see you as a thug. It's a tricky one, because I don't, but I get it, and I totally get what he's saying from that point of view. I can imagine it being like that, and it still is. So I've been reading the comment section. Maybe I'm just lucky that I was raised better to not see it that way, and maybe that's a good thing for me now. But I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't exist. I'm not going to pretend that people don't say that behind closed doors. I'm not a fucking idiot, and I'm certainly not deaf. And I know that that's said a lot more than vice versa. It's starting to open up a fucking thing. I saw an Instagram post with about the White Lives Matter 2 or some shit like that, and it's just like, I want to take that banner and I want to wrap it around their fucking throats, because they clearly don't get what the message is all about when you say about, you know, black lives. And that's what he's saying here. Way back in 1993, he's starting a movement. And it's taken to now for that to happen. They had to silence this dude. He's talking in fucking sense.
If you walk about 5 different houses, ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African American? We out here dying. We thugs and we niggas until we set this straight this shit right. We gonna stay thugs, you know? And that's real, man. It's like a motherfucker. I have nightmares. I mean this shit. I'm dead serious. And whoever I hurt, I apologize. But I have nightmares, y'all. I swear to God. Shit changed me. I used to be a cool mother. I used to be cool. I used to be happy. I used to talk good. I used to talk without cursing. I used to walk, you know. But goddamn, they done took Latasha. They done took Yusef. They taking out niggas younger than me, man.
Okay, so he said they took out Latasha, so that was that little girl, unfortunately, that got so that little girl got shot, and I just remember in that song, I didn't like that. And then the other, he said, did he say Yusuf? Oh, apologies, I did remember, but the little girl image was in my head. So I lost track of where I was. I didn't like that image.
I used to be a cool mother. I used to be cool.
Okay, so this was the point I was making here. I saw a video, a very short one, that showed Tupac when he was like, he had like perfect hair. He looked like a perfect gentleman, is what it is. And then it showed him that, you know, and he was talking about everything being nice. And then all of a sudden they said, see his fakery when he turns to this thug image. Exactly proving his point. So what he's saying is he's had nightmares. So although he was raised that when he said, I was talking, you know, proper, I was trying to get on in school and this, that and the other, but then he started seeing reality. And that's where he's saying the transition of changing into a thug took place. And that's where he's seeing this Tupac now. This revolutionary version of a black individual that's fucking speaking nothing but truth. Before he's blindsided by it all, and that's where he's saying about nightmares bringing it to life.
Nightmares, y'all. I swear to God. Shit changed me. I used to be a cool mother. I used to be cool. I used to be happy. I used to talk good. I used to talk without cursing. I used to walk, you know. But goddamn, they done took Latasha. They done took Yusef. They take
Yusef. So who's Yusef? I don't know who Yusef is. Obviously, I know the Latasha, but I don't know who Yusef is. Someone let me know in the comment section.
out niggas younger than me, man. And we ain't doing shit. Nobody hurt died 17 years fucking old. When we 17, you know what we doing? Killing each other. You know that shit kills me, man. Little Natasha got a bullet on motherfucking back, and ain't there one of y'all do a motherfucking thing. What the hell is this, man? Fucking losing down here.
It's interesting because, okay, so this is where I'm going to start analysing fucking comment section, but just remember who you're up against here. If you're going to start comment section me, then you better come with a damn good fucking bit of education in return. There's an element, obviously, who he's attacking, and rightly so. He said about the white man as he's referring to it, and rightly so. So he's talking about everything that he's had to deal with. But there's also an element of telling off the room. I think telling off the room about, come on, like, do fucking better, is what he's saying here. So when Latasha got killed, he's saying people are doing nothing. I think there's a double bubble here. I think he's also shouting at the room to saying that there's people even here that did nothing, is what he's saying. And if you're going to make a movement, you got to start joining those dots together, and everybody's got to have the same message, or at least that same value system as you're moving forward. There's just an element of him shouting at the room as well as the situation.
Motherfucking back, and ain't there one of y'all do a motherfucking thing.
And this is the bit that annoys me, so you're going to get on my soapbox. It's all very well sitting in the audience cheering and clapping your fucking hands, but he's the only man up there saying this stuff. But from what I'm learning and from what I'm reading in the comments section, forgive me, but he's not the only one going through this. So why is he the only one up there on the podium saying those things? Why does it take 1, 2, 3, 4 big names that come up in order to start that movement? If this is happening every single day, why isn't it a joint venture? again, there's many reasons. I'm not attacking. It's the frustration in me as well to go, fuck, man. That's an army. That's an army if done right. There was some moments with the Black Lives Matter. Fucking loved the message, but sometimes some of those moments were just lacking education. There was just like things happening. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not what the message is about. You're creating it now to be like a terrorist act, and you're giving white people the ammunition that they need for the media to make it look like this is a poor judgment, to make it look like, see, they're just trying to do thuggish behaviors. You're doing exactly what he's referring to here, where you're creating the narrative that pushes you into this what's the word I'm looking for? This tagline of being a thug, because that's what you're doing. When you create a shit narrative, then you got to take some responsibility for that. And the bit that's frustrating me is that you have an army of people. 3,000 plus strong people are on my subscribers. Just that's 3,000 people. Do you know what I mean? There should be 3,000 people doing the same fucking message. And it just gets on my goat. And I know it's not as easy as that. And don't take offense to it in any way, shape, or form. You just get my frustration that I get it. I'm starting to understand this. And now I'm like, come on, man. And I can hear it as he's saying it. I'm not even fucking part of this speech. And it's fucking hyping me up to think about it. Oosa, that didn't come off fucking bad, did it? It doesn't matter. I'm telling you as it is. I'm fucking fed up of apologising. I'm not saying it in a horrific way. I'm saying it in a way that there's a way of doing stuff that makes it fucking powerful. This is powerful.
I came so I could curse at y'all and get y'all on the right motherfucking track.
There you go.
We are dying. We ain't got time for nothing except war. And I don't care how you got to be at war, you need to put yourself in that mind state so we can be there. If I got to thug to be at war, I'm going to be thugging. If you got to be a Muslim to be at war, be a Muslim, but be at motherfucking war, and let's go fucking shoulder to shoulder and start doing something. We can't do with so much marching, y'all. And I know y'all think it's right, but we can't. We've been marching for damn near 100 years.
See, I said that. What did I just fucking say? What he's saying about you're just marching. What the fuck is a march? Just walking through a street holding a fucking sandwich board. And that's what he's saying. You've been marching for years. I don't know where he's going to take that. But the point I'm saying is you've been marching. Where's this? You could get on any network. You can open up a platform like I'm doing now. I shouldn't be saying this shit. It's fucking not right for me to be saying this. But I don't know, fucking is it? I don't know, I'm losing the plot. But what the point is that he's saying about more needs to happen. Okay, the marches probably are good. They probably are. It's an unfair judgment to say that they're not good, because obviously the message wouldn't go out there. But I get what he's saying. If you're just going to march and it's all words, where's your war? Where's your all-out war? You start a war, you are outnumbering these people fucking 100, 1,000 to 1. At some point they run out of bullets. At some point they run out of reasons to stop you that they're then gonna have to listen. But if those 1,000 aren't shouting and all they're doing is marching, it's fucking pointless.
I think it's right, but we can't. We've been marching for damn near 100 years.
See, again, people laughing, man. Like I get it, and I get it. Tupac is he's a force, and I get it. But maybe it's just for me. Maybe what I'm learning on it, it's not funny. I don't get the humor behind what he's saying. Like, dig deep to what he's saying. You've been marching for 100 years, and you're still not fucking getting anywhere. Is his point he's trying to make there? That's not funny. You should be listening to what he's saying, and this.
We've been marching for damn near 100 years. We are marching on the anniversary of when we marched 25 years ago. I'm 22 years fucking old.
22. You're 22, bruv, and you're talking like you've lived an experience of a fucking 60-year-old. It's madness. Absolutely madness how this dude sees the world.
mean to be like this. And they wonder why I went around calling myself a thug and a thug for life. Because we by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I got my ass beat by 2 white police officers, man, and it shook my whole world. I was a rapper. I had just did Juice. Even though I was very progressive, my family been paying. I was really about just getting out there making some money. I had enough of poverty. I thought I made it. I thought I made it. I swear to God, I thought I made it. I felt good about myself. I felt good like I did something, like I was a part of this society. You know, and I always wanted to think for myself. And I said, okay, I'm here. I didn't get a move. I want to scream. I'm rapping. I'm trying. I got money in my pocket. I got bank account. I'm going to the bank. You know, I swear to God on my mom, 2 police officers stopped me. What's your name? Tupac Shakur. Go ahead, bro. They start laughing. What kind of name is that? Shit. What's your name? John. What fucking kind of name is that? But I was wrong because these 2 niggas had guns. These 2 cops had guns and sticks and attitudes. So it so happened I jaywalked. I swear to y'all, I didn't even know what jaywalking was. I swear.
I still don't know what jaywalking is, to be honest. I'm hoping he's going to educate me now about what the fuck that is. Okay, so his point he's making there is that, you know, he's got a film, he's got music, he's a rapper, he thought he's in a better place, you know, and then all of a sudden you've got 2 fucking idiots, law enforcement officers that are behaving like dickheads. And from what I'm hearing, it seems to be a common occurrence. Now, hold on a second before you start throwing pitchforks. I get it that there are people in the police that do a fantastic job. Nobody's saying otherwise. But the fact there's still people in the force that still do a fucking racist, awful, disgusting version of that job, and it's 2022, and he was talking about this in 1993, that's the part I can't get my head around. What the fuck are you teaching someone that there can still be people out there doing that? Sack them. Release them. Don't slap them on the wrist with a warning. The minute their fucking punk ass decides that they want to be racist or pick someone out in a lineup because they're black and they want to treat them differently, sacked. The end. Fuck your policy, fuck your whole agreement, your terms, your fucking pension and all that shit. You're going straight into poverty, motherfucker. And maybe, just for the next fucking 10, 15 years of the remaining part of your life, you fucking out-of-date prick, you will live the experience that he's talking about. And maybe in your dying breath, you look back on life and go, I fucked it. I fucked my life. I fucked everybody I came into contact with. And that's all you deserve. That, to me, is as close to hell as I can believe in as an atheist. But people like that fucking deserve that. That's how it should be. If in 2022 you can't get it into your fucking head how to treat people, as far as I'm concerned, you don't deserve to be fucking living. We're already overpopulated, man. Fucking thin out numbers. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't have to be over the top. I'm not saying it has to be brutal. Poof. Done. Problem over. You start doing that, suddenly people start respecting others. And people go, that's dictatorship. Is it? Or is it just some people that have just given up? That have just had enough of marching 24/7 and nobody fucking listening to them? It's unbelievable. Tupac, you're a fucking legend. 6 minutes 41.
What happened? I jaywalked. I swear to y'all, I didn't even know what jaywalking was. I swear, I thought he meant that I was bopping. You know, like walking. I thought when he said, Jay, they stopped, 2 cops stopped me in front of my bank, hands up, talking about the whole routine for jaywalking. Not for coming out of the car with a gun. I wasn't strapped at all then. Now, I swear to God, you're going to find me strapped like a motherfucker and ready to shoot. And today I'm on this podium, tomorrow I could be in the fucking Times. Because they going to have me. And y'all need to protect me, and you need to protect your damn self. We can't do none of speeches, books, Bibles, Kinsey cloth, X-hats, potato chips, none of that shit. You need a motherfucking Mini 14 or an M16 or something. You need to start getting over some of these motherfucking crap. Because we done. We can't be kings and queens till we're still living. Do you feel me?
It's a good point that he's making. I literally just said that. If you would disagree with what I just said about, he just literally said that. You don't need books, you don't need speeches. He's saying it's getting to that point where it's do that or die. Is his point. If he's getting If he's saying that he's got to be up against the wall with his hands behind his back for jaywalking, and from what I can hear, it's walking across somewhere where you shouldn't. Is it crossing a road or something? I don't know. I'm trying to understand what the fuck jaywalking is. And that deserves to be made a mockery out of for your name? I'm not being funny. That name is revolutionary now, isn't it, you two dickheads? And then you're being treated as if you fucking are holding a gun or drugs, or you've just been running away from a crime scene. This is making me mad. I'm going to say something that I regret if I haven't already done so.
I moved to Los Angeles. You know, and the reason I moved to Los Angeles, because I want to be where the niggas is kicking up dust. You know, I don't want to be where these motherfuckers is building houses and think we got a part of this society. I want to be where niggas is kicking up dust at. So what if they got gangs, goddammit? They got gangs, but they kicking up dust.
What's kicking up dust? I don't get what I mean. I've heard him saying it a lot. I feel like I'm missing out on that. So he's saying, so what if they're gangs? They're kicking up dust. Kicking up dust. Kicking up. I don't get so then. I don't know what that means.
So what if they got gangs? Goddammit, they got gangs, but they kicking up dust. Yeah. What are we doing? Go ahead, Pop. What are we doing? I know y'all tripping off because it's like. But on the real, all bullshit aside, on the real though, it's like. We really ain't got no choice, you know? Even though I know how you feel, I feel the same way. That's why I'm so angry. That's why I curse so much, you know? Because I feel like it ain't right. It ain't right that I'm 22 and this is the life I gotta live, you know? It ain't right that I gotta be, I'm like a fucking vet, you know? I wake up, man, sweaty, man, talking about Natasha. What the fuck is going on? Tell me why he beat my ass, why police just beat the shit out of me. I woke up unconscious, man. My face all cut up for Jay motherfucking walking. That shit.
That's mad, and it's so straight away he just brought two fucking serious things in there. So he said he's waking up thinking about Latasha, that poor girl that was shot for no reason whatsoever, and then talking about in the next breath being battered to the point there's blood on your face for jaywalking. Do you know what I mean? For jaywalking, I forgot the fact that, and that's my fault from what he said, because he didn't go into that part of him being beaten. So it was him being beaten by these two cops for doing what he did, for walking, and for being black. That was the main reason.
She shook me. I'll never be right again. I'm losing it. You feel me? And I'm out here rapping. I'm not even a cook. You know, a so-called cook. I'm out here rapping. What the hell's going on? I'm no record, no nothing.
No record, no nothing. But he's saying he's not doing anything. But I think this is the part where he's 22. 22, and I mean, look at now, I'm 36 years old, and the influence he's having for me in the space of 2.5 weeks. 3 weeks, I think it is, on the third week. Eminem said it good. Words are weapons, but I mean this in a positive way. So what he talks about is powerful. It's powerful. You think of what I've learned from there. Yeah, I've learned it from the comment section. I've also learned what dickheads are in the comment section, but I've also learned about, you know, the culture, what people are currently living through. When I asked the question, it was heartbreaking when one of the songs that he had was talking about hearing gunshots on a daily basis and something along those lines. And I asked the question, you know, is that still going on? Is that still true? Fuck, some of the responses that were back were heartbreaking, and I didn't know what to write. There was nothing I could write that would, you know, put hands up. Well, what the fuck? I think all I posted was just a heartbreak symbol, because that's all I've got. I've got nothing else. To know that something like that's still taking place, and I think that's the part with these the words that he's got. They're so powerful even to this day. I think he does realize that he's not an idiot, but I think just in this moment where he's saying about, you know, he's got no record, it's because of his power, and that's the fucking the dark side. That's what worked against him, because he's got more power than what they've got. Suddenly, you've only got to look for a weak member. Fucking Cream P Diddy, Suge Knight. I don't know how to pronounce that. Dare I say Snoop Dogg? Dare I say that? I hope not. I hope not, bro. I really don't. But I'm just saying, there's a fucking weak link somewhere. There has to be, because it weren't fucking him. He ain't a fucking weak link. There was nothing that he did that was wrong. That had to come from someone on the inside. It had to. They found that weak link. Money is a greedy fucking thing, and then suddenly you dangle that in front of people.
As soon as I started rapping, this what made me see we at war. As soon as I started rapping, as soon as I started talking that shit about they got me trapped, soldier story, I don't give a fuck. It's like I got comments coming from everywhere. You know, I got cases coming from everywhere, man. People are supposed to be my folk, king, queen. She just told the police I beat her up. I didn't even touch her. You feel me?
That's mad. Then it's we saying the minute he started going into rap and these records started appearing, he didn't have records, but the minute he started rapping, these records start appearing. That even his own sister, not sister, but I'm saying like another person, and he's nowhere near it, saying that he got beat. It's money. Money does a fucking awful thing to people. This is why I said this channel is about people and not about money, because money does awful things to people. I can sit here and go, it won't do awful things to me. I don't fucking know that. It's the fucking devil's work.
She just told the police I beat her up. I didn't even touch her. You feel me? This what I'm doing. I'm losing it. That's what I'm telling y'all. I'm losing it. It ain't all cool. So when you see me in the paper, you're going, damn, man, what's wrong with him? You know, hey, it's hard out there. It's hard out there, and it's even harder for a nigga by himself. When I go home by my motherfucking self. When I close the door, it's by my motherfucking self. You feel me? It's time for some soldier shit, you know? From the females and from the males. That's real. And it's time for the women. I'm not blaming on you, I'm not putting you in your corner, but you have so much you don't know. You have so much power over us niggas. You run shit.
This is an interesting fact. So in my whole career, when I teach leadership, I go down the route of leadership. I've studied leadership for as long as I can remember, and then I moved into human behaviors. Then I started looking at why people behave the way that they do, and so on and so forth. And that's what I've done for pretty much my whole career, other than sales early on as a kid. And one of the things that I always state, which shocks me, is I've only ever been led by women. It's the only reason that I'm here now from a success point of view. You can start by saying, Mum, it weren't my dad. Fucking abusing little prick that he was. Absolute motherfucker, Ian. Yeah, that's you, mate. I hope you die a slow, painful death, mate. I hope you get to watch this. I still fucking hate your guts, mate. And that's never going to change. I don't give a fuck what anyone else in the family thinks about you, or the fact they're brushing it to one side. I still would beat the living shit out of you if I saw your face again. Don't care how old you are. I hope you're fragile. Make it easier to cave your fucking head in. So that was the first male influence in my life. The seconds and thirds and fourth and fifths, all women. And all because of women I progressed. All because of women. Every single male figure that was a leader in my life, every single one of them. The first one I had was racist. So when I first got into teaching, a dude called Paul, I had a mental breakdown when I started going through some shit and remembering stuff from the past, to a point I was on more medication than you can shake a stick at. Heart failure and everything. I was off for 6 months. I tried coming into work because I hate being off. Tried coming in. The first thing that he said, pulled me into a room, said he doesn't like the English. And does this mean now I have to be nice to you? That was the type of fucking leadership that I had, and I didn't know what to do. And he was telling me I have to do things a certain way. I have to teach a certain way. I wasn't allowed to do like I'm doing it now, expressing in my own way. That was the men. That was the leaders of men. I was 19 at that point. I may have even been 18, with no father influence. And that was the type of man that was meant to be there at the start of my teaching career, who didn't give a fuck, and that was his whole ethos. Now I look at the leaders that I've had and the people that I surround myself by, it's always women. It's always women that spur you on, that have the power. So what Tupac is saying there, it speaks volumes, that there can be some psychology truth to that, okay? And I know people will start attacking that. I'm not saying that they're a better people or anything like that at all, because everyone has a part to play, but there's power there. There is power. I can only look at my own influence. This is in my most humblest of opinions, but it's pretty fucking odd, isn't it? And what he's saying there about women being powerful, I think that's genuine. And if Tupac says it, it has to be true. I'm not saying that men aren't powerful. Before you start getting on your high horse, we'll see how this comment section goes now. Well, my dad was a fucking superhero. Fuck off. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that they do have power. They have more power than sometimes they give themselves credit for. But maybe it's because we forget to tell them how powerful they are. Maybe there's something along those lines. We're too busy trying to have a bravado against man versus man, because that's in our DNA, that we forget to remind women what they're good at. And some women far exceed men on this planet. I'm not saying they all do, because there's fucking nutters there as well. But a majority, unfortunately, regardless of what your brain is telling you right now, or fortunately in my world, they're much more powerful.
But you just don't know. And it's a game. I know the man, I'm going to hit y'all to the game. When a nigga sees you do anything for him, he's going to run you. But if you keep your principles, if you stay your ground, you know what you want, out of that nigga, you push that or leave that. Trust me, it ain't no shortage of young black men. If you think, you know, that's how we gotta handle that. You know, we gotta handle that shit. We got to be more like down for each other. You know, I know we're not supposed to use the term gangster bitch, but damn, we got to be down for each other. You know, we got to be soldiers, man. They gonna be writing about us in 20 years. You know, it's that time, y'all. It's that time. It's the 90s. Do you know what the 90s is upside down? The fucking 60s. You know what I'm saying? We gonna turn this shit upside down all over again. And we the ones that got the power to do it. Did you see what happened on April 29th? Y'all ain't see that shit on the news and shit? They probably was, hey, man, this fucking shit up in LA. I was there. I was filming a movie getting paid G's, but that night, I was there. I was in the streets with my folks. Niggas had I don't care what they say about gangbangs in LA. Niggas had their motherfucking dogs up and it was all good. Whatever say, I'm telling you, man, this is the sight I'm keeping this picture I'm keeping in my mind till it happen again. Because I seen it for myself and I know it can happen. And all my life, I never thought it could happen.
So he's saying about he was part of some movement. I don't know what he's referring to. So something there that happened is what he's referring to. And he was there. He's saying he was filming, he was making G's, but he still made sure that he was there, which I think just shows character of himself. The bit that frustrated me there is when he said about the 20 years thing, where he said it's 1993, we should be in 20 years, you know, doing different things and you know, being this exact revolutionary speech, what he's talking about. Fucking hell, fucking nothing changed, bro. Literally, if anything, it got fucking worse. And some people say it hasn't got worse, this, that, and the other. I think it has. I think it's just, I think the media is a lot cleverer now of keeping it quiet, so you assume that it didn't get worse. Wasn't social media power or anything like that at all. You can fire a story now in a heartbeat that can tell you everything's rosy. Anyone else notice that the whole Ukraine-Russia thing's gone a bit quiet? Every so often you might see something, but suddenly it just disappears. But yet it's still taking place. There's still fucking houses being leveled. So you're telling me that things can't be hid easier now through social media? Someone was telling me a really interesting point of view with things like TikTok and stuff like that it's created by Japanese or Chinese companies, and the way that they use TikTok is for education. So you post 1-minute videos, but they must be educational. So they're about education only, and you share that and it's all positive. But then what they've influenced, would it be the West? I think it is. Never reached out. Yeah. So what they've influenced the West, it's about getting your tits and arse out. That's the way you start fucking melting people's brains with shit like that and not using this platform. Look at the platform that we have here. People are like, oh, you pause too much, instead of actually listening. More interested in whether they like somebody than the education that goes with that. You don't have to like Tupac. You don't have to like him as an individual. In fact, you could fucking hate him. But you still have to listen to him. I always say to people whenever I'm teaching, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not going to your wedding. I'm not going for a drink with you afterwards. I don't even want to fucking see you again after today. But what you will get from me is my utmost best from what I know inside. And that's what you're going to get. Do you know what I mean? It's difference between someone's friend and being respected. I think there's a massive difference between the two, and at the moment it's all about whether I like something or not. I get it in the comment section all the fucking time. I don't like you because you keep talking too much. I don't like you. Yeah, maybe you're not listening, dickhead. And maybe that's going to be your problem throughout life.
But I've seen it for myself. I was there. And you know what made it happen? War, a common enemy. That's right. We was fighting a common enemy, so it was like, what's up? And that's what we need now. As long as we sit here and study for the common, we studying the fight. Man! Oh, we are studying to fight. Getting ready to fight. And we're doing all our fighting. Nothing's wrong with going to college, so I tell you I'm proud of you, but we're doing all our fighting and debates. We debate this shit. We debate for our freedom.
And that still happens now, and it's laughable. I see these fucking things online, these debates. You know, and people are making fortunes off them. Absolute fortune. A couple of people just sitting in a room debating. And you go, okay. And that's it. The debate over, credit runs, and they go, yeah, hopefully I get a couple of likes on my Twitter feed for that debate. Brilliant. And what did you change, mate? What exactly did you change? What did you educate? What did you do next? Which I think that's what he's referring to there. You're just debating, but where's the war? Where's the fight? That's the reflection in.
We ain't gonna get it in no legislation. We ain't finna get it through marching. We ain't even finna get it through one uprising. We not finna get it through one April 29th. We finna get it in every day you got, all of us, everywhere, see it as a necessity that we struggle and fight back. We have that as a right. That is our right when we were born. God put it into your heart to self.
This dude's so fucking clever. Okay, to change a culture, you need three things to change a culture. The first one is accountability, taking accountability for your actions and ensuring that others take accountability for theirs and never letting that slip. The second is your value system needs to be attacked like a fucking maniac. The term is called maniacal. It means to attack something every single day as a maniac, plus have an accountability for when things fuck up. You constantly do those two things. The third element there is love. The third element is love, to ensure that you don't beat yourself to a fucking pulp when you're taking accountability, but you educate. You don't beat others to a pulp when they make a mistake or they're not you. You educate. It's love, maniacal, and accountability to change a culture is what he's just fucking said there, man.
Be your motherfucking self. Yeah. Fuck the next nigga. You know, if that nigga wanna be a gangbanger, he don't wanna follow your way, fuck that nigga.
Yes,
trust me,
fucking
he's out
yes.
There. He's out of there.
Yes.
But you have obligations to your folks, to the niggas that fell before you, to handle your motherfucking business, no matter what it means.
That's what I'm saying, man. Look at the people in the comments section. Handling your business. People don't like me, go fuck yourself. And people say, why'd you keep saying at the beginning? Because of what he's saying. It's called handling your business, as he would put it, as fucking ungangster as I will ever be in my life. I will post your shit of hate to the fucking world. I don't give a fuck. You don't own me. YouTube doesn't own me. They give me a platform with freedom of speech, motherfucker, and I'm going to keep using it until the day I fucking lose breath. And what he's saying there is that if people want to behave like that, absolutely fine. But don't think I'm just going to turn my back to it. You're going to fucking hear it's called war. I don't start a march. I will fucking drag your ass in front of people and throw you to the fucking wolves, which is what he's saying there. And when people ask like doing that and this, that and the other, but notice what happened afterwards. The minute that someone took accountability for their actions, I was being maniacal with it. I didn't stop every fucking video. I reminded everybody. But the minute someone saw that, I took credibility for that action and showed love. The second someone admitted fault, that's it, over, finished, thank you, the end. That was it. Over. 3 stages to change a culture, man. Fucking educate.
All of it ain't gonna be free. All of it ain't gonna be out there with M14. Some of that shit gonna be staying your ass home with the kids. Putting some knowledge in your kids' head. You know what I'm saying? All the niggas and all the females. Just because she a female don't mean she got to stay home with the babies. That's bullshit. Because I would much rather have some of you females out there with me in war than some of these niggas. It's a whole bunch of punks.
Fuck
you know? That whole video, we African.
You ever seen women fight? I mean, you see men fight, they're fucking brutal. But you know, there's this moment of calmness where you just go, yeah, it's over. Like, men, we just run out of energy. I don't know what the fuck happens. At some point, it just ends. Yeah, some of them are more brutal than others, but 99.9% of the time, there's an ending. When fucking women fight, I can't even watch the videos because they're brutal. They're fucking brutal. They do stuff that you would think about doing in a fight, but you wouldn't because you go, that's too far. Fuck that. They'll take your heel off and they'll put it in your fucking eyes. They will fucking continually do that and then start dragging you by your fucking hair, put your hair like you're holding a rope and perpetually punch the fuck out of your face whilst holding your hair in a fucking noose. Pow, 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 pow. So when Pac's saying that I would rather there was women out there, I would 150 million fucking % rather have a woman next. I'd rather have a pregnant woman next to me, because they're fucking worse. Do you know what I mean? Fuck that. They would fucking brutalize people. So I get what he's saying there, because fuck me. I don't know if you've seen it. I can't remember what they're called. They're like old school, not like fight leaks or something. Is it worldwide fight? I don't know what it is. Something hip hop. Fuck knows what it's called. But there's just fights on there. And whenever the women ones on, I skip because I generally can't watch them. They're brutal. Fuck, they're brutal. So yes, bro.
It's a whole bunch of punks. You know, that whole video, we African Americans, everything is equal shit, and it's like NAACP shit. I'm gonna speak on that shit. Because I was reading the paper, I saw NAACP at a celebration for the Emancipation Proclamation. That's right. Go ahead, bro. Okay. So, from what I just said, how is the NAACP still a business? Oh.
What did he say, sir?
celebration for the Emancipation Proclamation. That's right. Go ahead, Bob. Okay. So, from what I just said, how's the NAACP still in business? Oh, ain't nobody. How's the NAACP still in business? How's these motherfuckers still in business? Yeah, that's cool too. That's cool too. Yeah, we let them do that shit. We let them represent us. How motherfuckers gonna stand there and talk about you for the advancement of the colored folks? Go ahead.
Okay, so he's referring to something ACCP. So it's white people that are defending the black culture, is it, or trying to make changes for, and he's saying like how can they still be in business? Is that what he's referring to? If I'm wrong, it's fine. I'm trying to make sense of a fucking VHS video plus an American culture plus a black culture, so I'm trying to get it. But it sounds like someone that's representing black people, but they're white. Something like that.
How motherfuckers gonna stand there and talk about you for the advancement of the colored folks? Go ahead. What the fuck is that? Go ahead. And these be grown black folks. They be our color. Representing us to these white folks. Yeah. And we be letting them do it. Cause we proud. Cause they got all the suits, they got offices and shit. Go ahead. And everything happen, they call the NAACP. Go ahead. We let them do that shit, represent us. You know, they make us look bad. Really? We really are too, I'm not trying to take up for the thugs and the gangsters and shit, but now I'm coming from a different school. I'm coming from the Panthers, and that's what they did. They went to the street element, and that's what they mobilized the soldiers. You know, that's what my mama did. That's my job. I'm going to stay in the streets and get my thug niggas who was down for me in the streets, because I'm going to tell you, when my mama started cracking and I was by myself, this brother right here, well, I'm trying to tell you, was the only person in this movement anywhere that took care of me. Okay? So it ain't no motherfucking struggle if you don't take care of your baby. Not just yours, but the other soldiers, you know? What about that? What about all these soldiers sitting in jail? Where their kids at? Don't none of you motherfuckers give a fuck about them. Ready to carry a flag for where they shirt, but you ain't taking care of their motherfucking kids or their families. That's hypocritical. That ain't right. That shit ain't right, man. We got too many kids out here with nobody to put nothing in their head. Then you motherfuckers get mad when you see them again up in the courtroom.
Okay, Hector, come on, mate. Do you want to do that? Yeah, I do. Who are those three people? So the end one was someone that looked after Puck, because it went straight to that gentleman who was just focused and listening. Another dude, I don't know whether he was hyped or uncomfortable, hands clasped together, and the dude then leaking like a motherfucker at the front. Nope, not gonna go down that road because I don't know who they are. And it's not worth it. So something's not right. Something's not right about that. But the end dude must have been the one he was referring to. I'm gonna guess, or maybe it was the first bloke he was referring to. I don't know. I don't know why the camera was panning. He clearly was going towards the end dude. Yeah, maybe it's just more like just being in awe of someone like that. But then if there's three there, who are they? Why aren't they doing this type of thing? I don't know. I don't know where my head's going with that. I'm hoping comment section you get what I'm trying to say. Something's not right there. These three gents look more scared or very nervous. Maybe the dude on the far end because he's just listening. I don't know. It's just something not right about those three whilst Tupac is standing there spilling education and fucking deep root and 22 years old as well.
That ain't right.
That's right.
That shit ain't right, man. We got too many kids out here with nobody to put nothing in their head. Then you motherfuckers get mad when you see them again up in the courtroom.
Yeah, this is a point where we're saying that we're not educating kids, but we're getting mad when they're getting called into for courts. You know, when they're not being educated. I always say I never ever blame someone for making a mistake until I found out how they were educated. Because if they haven't been told, how can you tell them off for something they don't already understand? That's like beating someone in the face for no reason. Do you get what I'm saying? If they didn't know in the first place, how can you have a go at someone that didn't know? Maturity, you educate and educate and educate again, and that's what you do. Then you can start pulling them up on their bullshit. But until they're educated, They don't know no better. And now you just cause an argument where their value system is going to be different to yours. So anything you say is going to go against what they originally thought about because they wouldn't have done it in the fucking first place. It's called re-education. But even when you educate, you've got to do it in the right way. You don't just tell someone to throw a book at their face. You educate and show them in their terms. And you talk them through it in their terms until it sinks in. Not in your terms. Not how you learn. Not how you see things. But as individuals. That's education. And that's what he's saying there, is that you're quick to have a go at them when they're in the court system, but nobody's educating them early on.
Hey, then you motherfuckers get mad when you see him again in the courtroom. You know? So why you rape her? Nigga, you left her by herself. Yeah, left her by his motherfucking self. So he learned how to be a G from the crackers, and that's what he learned. He learned how they want him to be. Nobody taught me shit. And my mama was a parent, you know? My mom would tell me, but she was too involved in it to sit down and really explain shit to me. You know? So it's a double tragedy because I'm like damn near forced to go through some of the shit that some of these soldiers went through. But because they didn't tell the new generation, they didn't arm us, I gotta go through this shit all over again. You know, I'm still getting my ass kicked by police because the niggas back in the 60s didn't murder every single one of them motherfuckers. You know? They're gonna be down with the police department. How can I see, how the fuck can a nigga put on a police uniform in 1993? Fuck that. Fuck that. When the shit jump off, if you still got that motherfucker on, your ass is out. And if you got on the armed forces uniform, your ass is out. And if you in the guard, your ass is out. Cause niggas is armed in 1993. The gang elements are armed. And they all back. As much as you want to think they dumb or whatever, they on their toes this motherfucking year. They on their toes and they ready to move. What are you ready to do? How you gonna handle it? Huh? When them niggas get out there with guns, what y'all gonna be doing? Watching that shit on TV? Marching? Singing? Selling raffle tickets and shit?
So there's a lot going on in my head. And there's a lot screaming at me saying, Hector, shut the fuck up. But that's not how I operate. So, everything's said. I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. So, in this moment, what he's saying, how can you be black and put on a uniform knowing the current state? I get that. I get it. That makes a lot of sense. There's probably a lot of other reasons why people put on uniform, but that's not for now. This is what Tupac is referring to. Keep it on point on what his education is about. Completely understand that. Completely respect that. It's just going back to that point where he said, when all this is taking place, what you're going to be doing? Marching, selling raffle tickets, sitting at home. This is what was fucking me off when you look at the Black Lives Matter movement. And I'm going to fucking get fucked now. This is going to hurt, Hector, but I'm just going to say it. And you know I'm learning about this culture, but you can't do fuck all from a Facebook group. How many fucking likes you can get and how many this, that and the other. It was the people down there that was doing the difference. The people that were having the conversations with people that mattered. Not in some debate that's being run at 1 o'clock in the morning when no one's fucking watching it other than your fucking nan recording it. I'm talking those debates that mattered. There was a lady who is, I think, is she a lawyer? Oh my word, she's so smart. She's so fucking smart and she's pulling everybody up. I'm sure she's a lawyer. She's in politics. Oh, I should know her name. I don't remember anybody's names. But there's a lady who's pulling everybody up and she's political and she's so fucking good in the way that she does it. And I think that's where you get it at the source. But she's one lady that's trying to fight this and she doesn't take any shit when people are being racist or racist tendencies. Even for her as a woman as well. She just fucking attacks everyone. She's fucking super smart. It's really pissing me off that I can't remember who this lady is. And that's the point I'm saying. That is how you make a difference. This whole raffle ticket, 10 likes here if you believe in it. Or I brought a t-shirt that's got it on there. That's what he's referring to. Don't attack me. I'm repeating what he's saying. And I'm just saying in 1993 he was saying that. The opportunity for a movement came in, 2020, wasn't it? COVID's done a lot of shit to try and remember stuff. Like when that movement happened, tell me it's no different to the raffle ticket selling. The movement started strong, it started powerful. Where did it go? Where did it go? Suddenly it turns into a terrorist organisation is the last thing that I heard the media spitting about it. So it clearly didn't make much difference. It went nowhere. And this is where he's saying this march and this raffle ticket shit. Where's the war? I think people are too scared to die now. I think people are far too scared to die. And I think that someone that's my colour are far too scared to die as well. Where they're far too scared to take a beating, to acknowledge the fact that there's a lot of shit that needs to happen. There's a lot of education. I don't mean physical beating, I mean a mental beating, a recalculation in the mind. I look around in places that I work and people are still fighting the word diversity. How the fuck can we be in 2022 and we've still got to try and remind ourselves how to recruit people of different diverse cultures? What fucking world do we live in that we're still talking about it now and it hasn't already happened? That's the shit that needs to be someone going, hey, fuck that shit. You need to have already had this in place. Why the fuck are you still talking about it? What have you been doing for the past fucking 20 years then? And I think it's that type of thing. If you're going to start a massive movement, it's got to be an all-out war, but not pointless. Not setting up rocks to throw at someone's face because that seems like the right thing to do at that moment. But to get people to listen. A war doesn't mean to fucking shoot every 2 seconds. A war means to make people understand and listen whether they want to or not. And there are 1,000 ways that you can start a war, and not all of them need guns. Fucking most of them is education, which is what he's referring to. That's how you make a movement. But the first people you've got to start shutting down is those ones that assume that their life equally matters as yours. You're fucking wrong. You don't understand. You don't understand. And I'm learning the culture, when you've been going through this motion for fucking millions of years, that's the education we need to fix first. Then all lives will matter. Stop sitting there saying you're sick of hearing others talk about the fact that they're black and they're struggling and this, that and the other. No. You haven't been struggling. So no one cares about you at this moment in time. No one gives a fuck. Get over your little privileged self and shut the fuck up. Because what the movement should be about is the re-education. To reintroduce people into a population where they don't have to think about stuff like that anymore. The minute a person has to think about the colour of their skin in comparison to a job, to where they're walking, to a restaurant, to even just engaging with another person, then that means it's still fucked. And I don't have to think about my colour in any of those situations. So that is why it's not all lives matter. You got to sort out the culture side first. Just my viewpoint on that. I hope that made sense. I'm not a logical person, so sometimes I have what is classed as foot in mouth disease, where I know what I'm trying to say and it might just come out. You're going to learn this on the Thursday when I go through the way people think, feel and behave. I don't fit in the logical field. I fit in the inspirer field. And I just see so many plot holes in this, and I hear what Tupac's saying, and I'm just repeating what he's saying. That raffle ticket march bullshit. He's saying educated war. Not social media likes. Educated war.
What y'all gonna be doing? I just want to know, because I know what the fuck I'm gonna be doing, but it would help me to know what my people was gonna be doing when I'm out there. Because my mama tell me all the time, boy, you think you're gonna save the world. Don't you know they gonna kill your black ass, these people gonna bother you, and that's that. You get your back there. So all I want to say in closing is that we got to be united under whatever. Don't let shit hold us apart. I don't care if you're from Cali, New York, or whatever, if you're a blood, a crip, or a thug, or a school student, or a scholar, whatever. Don't let shit hold us back no more. We got to unite by any means necessary, and we got to fight.
Okay. There's a lot there to try and take in, man. And I hope the comment section at this point, just so I know I don't lose my damn marbles, I hope people understand where I'm coming from. I'm just relaying the message in 93 to the way I see it. This is all in my opinion. It's my opinion. I don't have to be right. I'm here to learn about the culture. I'm here to listen to what he's saying, and so far what I'm hearing and linking in from what everyone else is saying, it's hard. It's hard to link these two, and I can only say it from my point of view. But I suppose I'm still in that privileged position to say it's easy. It's easy for me to say here that you do it this way and you do it that way. You do it this way and you do it that way. Yeah, and that's wrong. In reflection, thinking about that now, it's called accountability, by the way. But I don't think that, other than my own lack of awareness, I don't think what I'm saying is wrong. I think that educated war. That's what it's needed. Not separated. Not war. That's where you got that Black Lives Matter started going down a terrible route. It just started to become, it lost the message. I maybe it was media that did that, but for me it just felt like, how many things can we destroy? And I just thought, where's the message at the beginning? It was like, whew, here we go. This is making a fucking stand. And then you saw, back to the point of culture versus the same culture. People's own shops were being caved in for no reason and looting and this. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck, man? Like, is that the message? Is that what you're doing? But the people say, oh, it's so you can, so that we have a voice. Nah, there was fucking 90% of those people there were robbing TVs. Don't fucking think for a second they would stand by your side in a war and be shot at. Not one of those fuckers that were smashing up them shops would take a bullet. The ones that would take a bullet were the ones that were initially starting that, having the conversations. The ones that are taking a bullet through every discussion that they have, by every principle they're sharing with people that potentially have never heard that message before. A value system of their own that's attacking the current way things are done. That's called taking a bullet at the heart, the root cause. That fucking social media bullshit, all you're doing is getting your likes. Good for you. If you can look back in 60 years' time and you think you made a difference through doing that, then we're fucked. And I say we, and I'm going to say we are fucked as a whole race. We're fucked. Because it's not changing anything. You did nothing. You did nothing. Those people at the high. I'm going to find out who that woman is, and I'm hoping someone can share. And there's loads of other people. It's just this one in particular. She's very, very well organised, and I'm sure she's in politics, and she takes nobody's shit. I'm pretty certain she's English. I can see her. I can see her in front of me now, and it's just bugging me. And I've watched loads of her speeches as well, and that's fucking... I'm so useless with names. Honestly, I don't even know my kid's date of birth, just to let you know that. I'm saying that live. I'd say it now on a YouTube video. I'm fucking shit at remembering stuff. My brain's full of chaotic stuff. But educated war is the message that I got from that Tupac revolutionary speech. Hour and 7 minutes again. I honestly didn't think this one would be that long. I didn't think it would be as long, but they just are. It sets me off and it fucks everything up. Comment section if you made it this far. Fingers crossed people do. If they don't, then we are fucked. If you can't take an hour to be educated, or 17 minutes and 48 seconds, I'm starting to think now, is there a way out of it? I think that's the bit in my head that's bugging me, where I'm learning so much to a point that I'm also learning so much that my head's going, is there a way out? Is there meant to be? And that's not a defeatist attitude. I'm just saying, it's like, until you get the power of a whole society, a whole area, like massive. I don't just mean one town. I'm talking a city after city after city. That's the only way you make a movement. But all of them have to be doing accountability, maniacal love. Not smashing things up for the sake of it. Not pulling something down because you just feel a bit hurt by it, but you don't really have an understanding about why that exists and why it doesn't exist. You create a movement that matters. Educated War is the title of this video. I got a lot of reflecting to do on that. Thoughts in the comment section, because fucking hell. You're killing me, man. You're killing me with these. It's changing my whole viewpoint on the world, and I'm starting to think not for the positive. Let me know how you feel about someone like me saying shit like that as well, because I hope I'm not offending anybody, because you should by now understand that that is not what I'm out to do. That's nowhere near what I'm out to do. It's about trying to understand where it's gone wrong. And I do I have the answer? I do. But not now, because I'm tired. And it would come out wrong, and it's not worth it at this point. I've said my point for this. Tupac Revolutionary Speech, fantastic, as always. 22. Dude's 22.